Hello and welcome to Dialogue. We are down to just a few days before US President Trump's self-imposed 10-day deadline for Moscow to end the conflict with Ukraine arrives. But there are still no signs of a ceasefire despite US threats of further sanctions on Russia. Meanwhile, the war of words between Trump and former Russian President Medvedev continues and sparks Trump's decision to redeploy two U.S. nuclear submarines closer to Russia. Can Trump's pressure campaign lead to a ceasefire deal? What's the latest on peace negotiations, and how do other nations like China and India factor into the complex equation? Join us for our discussion today, live from Beijing. I'm Xu Qinduo. Joining me today, Ruslan Bortnik, director of the Ukrainian Institute of Politics. Seeing this development from Kiev, do you think there's high hope that Trump somehow will fix this problem this time around?
We don't have special expectations on this new policy of Trump, and it looks like this new policy is covering that decline of American presence, if we are talking about the military or financial aid, which United States spread it on Ukraine previous years. So it's more than it's like than a posture, not a position for nowadays. But in general, Ukraine partly satisfied with these tensions, growing tensions between Trump and Putin, between new administration in United States and Kremlin, because this new and this growing increasing of tensions means that Trump will decrease the pressure toward Ukraine, toward Ukrainian government.
Negotiation between Moscow and Kiev. Ruslan, President Putin mentioned, he hopes that there will a start of peace talks between the two sides, and also he talked about, but Russia's demands will remain unchanged. So what does he mean here? And where are we in terms of direct negotiation between Kiev and Moscow?
Be honest, we are still in preparation stage. We are trying to use all this free space. I'm talking about humanitarian topics like a change in the prisons, bodies of victims. I'm talking about the stage of this formal negotiation process in Istanbul, but we are still in preparation stage because we are not able to start the political part of this negotiation, which is extremely important for any successful result in the end. Talking about the Putin's statement, there is nothing new, and Russian government, Russian leadership many times said that we are ready to meet with Zelensky, but after the professional expert groups will prepare some kind of documents, and we will be ready to sign, to draft something, not before. Ukrainian leader demanding this meeting to show the Ukrainian higher position in this dialogue and to broke this Russian political technology of negotiation, during which Russia many times questioned the legitimacy of Ukrainian president. So the meeting between Zelensky and Putin will broke this technology of unlegitimizing of Ukrainian presidents. But we are still far away from the real political negotiation, real political threat. And I'm sure only the United States presence and participation inside of this negotiation, with taking on the responsibilities on their own shoulders, may change the situation. Any other kind of approaches to the negotiation, even the increasing the pressure from United States towards Russia and Russian trade partners or in Ukraine, will not resolve this general the highest level of untrust and hatiness between the sides.
Well, Ruslan, what about this supply of weaponry and ammunition from European countries? There are reports of Germany supplying two Patriot system to the Ukrainians, and also there's a U.S. ambassador to the NATO, praising the Netherlands for providing more ammunition, more equipment to Ukraine. So can we say there's an ample supply right now, or recovery of normal supply of weapons, ammunition to Ukraine?
It's good for propaganda. It's good for informational management of society. But we need to understand that to substitute the American role in Ukraine, our European partners need to double their military expenditures on Ukraine. And there is no such a straight decisions on this topic. We have three programs now for military aid and military supplies on Ukraine. It's one through the NATO, another the big credit program inside of European Union countries, and another program is straight buying from Ukrainian side this weapon. But all these three programs work in non-systematic way, and all these three programs together still much less than previous military aid from United States in previous years of the war.
You look at the battlefields, the Russian side claimed they are taking full control of this strategically important city of Chasiv Yar in the Donetsk region after 16 months of fighting. Well, the Ukrainian side basically dispute with what happened there. So what is really happening in the battlefield? Ruslan, yeah, please.
Okay, thank you. We still have very tough fighting and existential war in the battlefield with this slow Russian move inside of Ukrainian territories. We counted that Russia captured near 600 square kilometers of Ukrainian lands for the last month, for the July of this year. So it's big, of course, but at the same time, there is no any strategic change or strategic break in the battlefield. We're still in existential stage of the war of attrition in this moment. And of course, these Russian claims on Ukrainians, new cities, new villages, these claims making a very bad informational environment around Ukraine. But it is still not very resolution for the conflict. There is still no military resolution for a decision for this conflict, and I'm sure that this year, from military side, will not be very important for the finding of new balance between Ukraine and Russia and for the ending of the war. Maybe in 2028 or 2029. Russian advantage over Ukraine could make a significant influence on the battlefield, but not now, not the nearest time.